And I also think that our boy situation started around the same time.
Yes.
And that's what I feel like just cemented.
We've had similar situations. We also have very similar
Taste.
tasting guys too.
Hot.
Masculine.
Straight. We just want what we can't have.
Yeah, but we get it.
And if they want it.
Oh, they want it.
And we don't want it then.
It's a very complicated cycle. People at some point in their lives, whether it's if in the right circumstances with the right person under the influence of either drugs or alcohol, are going to be willing to experiment and play with themselves and be more comfortable. And that's totally okay. Yes, labels are important because they spread awareness, they help kids feel a part of something bigger, you're able to be educated on it. But at the same time, I don't think there's a point in putting on a label, especially if it's like a one-time thing.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like for me or for you, especially too, with these straight guys who've only been with women, like I don't think there's a point in changing the entire person's identity or sexuality as if they find us as a human being attractive. Does that make sense?
No, it makes literally, obviously we've had our own talks about it, but I just feel like, I think people are coming around to the idea for sure. And I also think that like, if that like stigma wasn't there, the specific guys that has shown interest in us over the years wouldn't feel so, so, okay, here's the side note. So James and I always have kikis and always have like dinners, and when we're calling each other, it's always about usually a situation that happens when, for example, a guy slides into the DM, hot as there's some level of communication. This is a guy then who proceeds to start communicating with us. And again, is not a per se guy who is into anything other than straight, cisgender women, whatever. And then it gets to a point where either they become physical or there's just a relationship in general.
Or
starts,
a Snapchat.
A Snapchat. Things start to develop. So we continue and we are continuing on. And then it comes to a head, and it always, not always does, but like in this specific instance, and you know what instance I'm talking about, when they freak out. They freak the F out. It just turns into this whole debacle. I mean, it ranges from people being like, no, I'm not into that. Oh no, like you thought this was something that it wasn't. Like, oh no, I don't know. Or just like, or them, it's crazy to be kind of led on in a certain type of way by someone who, was like maybe experimenting with whatever. And then all of a sudden, they freak out because, they have to face their own identity. And I feel like we finally, both of us, have like realized that it's like not us.
It's not us.
It's truly them.
I had a situation, and I haven't actually talked about this publicly, so I'm just gonna be like vague on this because I don't obviously want to give away any details. I have talked about the fact that I've had a pretty rough past couple of months. I had a lot of things going on in my personal life, not boy related, but there was a boy going on too that definitely added to the mix. I was traveling and I met a really, really beautiful boy at a restaurant, and we caught each other's eye, and I didn't think anything of it. The wait staff was like harassing him because they saw that I kept looking at him and stuff. And the next day, he had DM'd me on Instagram. And he was like, oh my God, I noticed you last night. Like, I thought you were really beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, can I ask, like, are you straight? And he's like, no, I'm bi.
Okay.
So he right away told me he was bi. He clarified, and I was like, oh my God, great, down, perfect, beautiful, amazing. No,
this never happens, by the way.
No, never.
This is because we're a lot of times, like you said, we're over here like converting sometimes.
Yeah. He told me he was bi, so I was like, cool. Escalated. He was super, super kind. He wanted to hang out before I was leaving the next morning, so I booked another hotel room in my hotel, because I had Drew with me, so I was not going to do anything with Drew there. Okay, went and bought a full-on suite. So like probably like $1,500, right? For literally one night, just to have this boy over, okay? Went up. Now this poor kid is like messaging me. He's like, hey, do you think I could bring a friend up? Like, I'm really, really nervous. And I was like, no, this is a little bit weird. I was already nervous too because this was a really, really hot guy that I had met at a restaurant that I saw kind of like laughing at the situation because we were staring at him. And that's like, hey, I'm bi and I'm going to come over. I was like, okay, this is a little bit scary.
Yeah,
especially when you're in social media too, like you never really know, of course, what people's true intentions are. I didn't know if he was actually bi or if he was someone who literally could be homophobic to come and beat me up
or it comes up to you, it's like, hey, my sister's a really big fan, can I get a photo?
So just a whole lot. So I was like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. And I was like, hey, just let you know, like my team is here, my manager is here, my assistant's here, my best friend is here too. Like, don't pull anything.
Yes.
I forgot that I was on the hotel's high priority list.
I wonder why.
So when he got there, they called me like, oh, like, is this person approved to come up? And I was like, yeah, like, oh, we just want to make sure. They bring him up. They brought 4 security guards to bring him up to my hotel room. So I was like, oh my God, I'm so here's what we freaking out, which I totally get. Long story short, we watched a movie together, we cuddled, it was everything. At the end of the movie, he was asking about me and like hooking up with guys and stuff because it was his first time ever doing anything with a guy. He told me he had just recently come out.
Okay.
We made out. literally one of the most magical hours of my entire life. Like, loved
an
it.
hour of making out.
He was so kind, so sweet. He kept being like, I'm really nervous. Like, I don't want to do anything further. Fine.
Totally good.
Totally good. No worries. We don't have to do anything. He had to go home. It was like 4 a.m. at this point. He left. I had a flight the next morning. For the next literal, like, month, we talked every single day, FaceTiming, texting all day long, flirting back and forth. And he was sending me hot pictures at the gym.
Listen, I didn't see the pictures, but I did see these messages going out. You know when your friend is like on their phone and they're just like, It was one of those moments. I'm like, okay, wow, James is really into this.
Yeah.
And it was a reciprocated thing. Let's just say that, period.
Right. Long story short, because there's a million things that went on in between. When I was in New York before my shoot with Iggy, I had to go to Atlanta and I had a miserable time in New York. A bunch of things went wrong and then my flight got canceled. So I was really, really upset, right?
Yeah.
And I was texting him and he was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I wish I was there with you. I just missed you. Like, I was like, wow. Like, I was like, okay, I wish I was there to cuddle with you. Like, he's like, yeah, I really miss you too. Like, I want to come see you soon. And I was like, okay, like, why don't you come see me as soon as I get back? He's like, oh my God, like, I would love to. And he's like, I can't really afford it right now. And I was like, oh, I got you. I'll pay for the flight. Don't worry, got you. We're good. I got the flight. So I was like, okay, I got the flight. Don't worry. He's like, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? And I was like, yes, don't worry. Like, I got you. I really want to see you. Like, it's not that expensive. In and out, whatever. And he's like, oh my God, James, thank you so much. Like, that you have no idea how much that means to me. Like, I cannot wait to just like hug you and like just see you and like be in your arms. Like, I'm so excited. And I was like,
love that.
Oh my God, what is going on? Like, this is literally my dream situation, right? We were celebrating his birthday because his birthday was that weekend. So we were gonna be celebrating a few days after, right? So I was like, I'll take you out to dinner. Like, we can like do fun things together. Like, I'm so excited.
Like creating a whole fantasy. I get carried away too, and I just like when someone says yes or gives me like, I just like start creating a whole
fantasy.
Because I feel like both of us are very like, we have our own in a sense. Like, we want to show up and show out for the people that we appreciate and we love, and whether that's someone in our family or a friend or whatever, but if it's someone that we're genuinely interested in, it's so great. Like, why not treat them out? Like, why not let them have a taste of the fantasy, honey? Full fantasy.
Well, that is like truly the best part about like having money is like being able to like have a good time with your friends and family, like being able to support people around you, and like giving back. Regardless, I get to Atlanta, have an amazing first day with Iggy, was still stressed out about everything, and then I was like, okay, it was midnight on the East Coast. I was like, oh my God, happy birthday! It's your birthday here. Like, I know it's not there yet, like, but I'm falling asleep. Like, I've had such a long day, but like, so excited to see you in a few days. Like, hope you have the best day ever. I'll like FaceTime you in the morning. He's like, oh my God, I'll FaceTime you later. Like, thanks so much. I go to sleep. Next morning, I wake up, roll over to check my phone. So excited about like to talk to him. He had texted me late last night, and he goes, hey, so I just really wanted to tell you because I just was talking to my mom about coming, and I just and listen, he was out, but he wasn't out to his parents yet. So he's literally like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm really grateful for everything you helped me with. I actually just came out to my mom last night and told her that I was bi, so thank you so much. And it's like, she was super, super supportive, and I told her that I wanted to come visit you, and I've thought about it a lot, and I talked to her, and I actually think that I'm straight, so I'm not gonna come. I just started like bawling because I was like, oh my God, like a month of my life like now gone. I FaceTimed you that morning. I was like, this is like, what? How? Like, how did this even happen to me? And I wrote back and I was like, listen, like, I get it with all, like, if you're nervous, cool, like whatever, with all due respect for your own good, I don't think that you're straight. I really don't. Like, you told me you were bi at first. We had an amazing time. You told me you had an amazing time. I know you had an amazing time because we knew what's going on down there. And we've been talking for the last month. You sent me shirtless pictures. You've been flirting with me. So like, if you don't feel the same way that I do right now, you know what, that's okay. Because I feel like it was invalidating your feelings. Yes. It felt like all that was for nothing, and especially for him to do that the day before. Right. I was like, if you're not interested, that's okay. Don't come back to me with you think you're straight. Yeah. Because that's like, hello? Like, what? Just very, very odd. But it's a whole situation. That's a long story cut shorter. Still long. But that type of thing happens all the time. And even after that, he came back a few days later. It was like, I really want a second chance. They always come back. And we talked about it. We started talking again. We talked for like 2 more weeks, and he pulled the same thing again. And then a few like weeks later, he literally was like, I just want your forgiveness. Like, please talk to me. And I haven't blocked him. And it sucks because like I really, truly felt a connection with him. Yeah, you guys really had a connection. He is insanely good looking and really, really kind. I will still say and that. Also the whole story of how it kind of went down, it really like makes you really invested. It's over on its own, and it made me learn a lot of lessons about both dating and myself too. Yeah, when we go through situations like this, it's like so hard to kind of not be hopeful for the next time, but it is. You become so guarded in a certain way by being effed over and by learning from your mistakes, which is definitely what you should do. But like for us, I feel like especially we have a really hard time like opening up and allowing someone to come in, because James and I, and I'll admit this for both of us, we have looked stupid at times over boys. Like, fully absolutely ridiculous.
Fully dumb. Like, our friends around us, like, they always gag when we talk because we literally speak the same boy language. Like, when we're talking, it's literally as if I'm talking to myself.
Right.
We sound crazy. We sound fully crazy.
Fully psychotic.
So, like, institutional.
Yeah.
A voice. Crazy. It just sucks because it's like, I really do believe, and I don't know if you feel the same way, but like, I try to make every step possible to not get myself into the same situation.
Yes. And it still happens every single time. And I think like that's part of the reason why it did really hit me hard this time as well, just because like after so many failed attempts and so many things going wrong, I truly thought like, okay, he messaged me first. He told me that he was bi. We already hooked up. We've been talking for months straight. Super kind. Yeah. A lot of things in common. Super supportive.
Perfect.
Understands me. Hasn't told anybody that we're dating together. Like every single box of like down the list of like the things that are normal red flags.
Yep.
The things that have gone wrong in the past. So then I'm like, oh my God, it still somehow managed to
mess up.
Go wrong. So when I got upset over this, it was, I mean, of course I was so upset over the relationship because I did really like him. The sadness and the anger was maximized and multiplied by 1,000,000 because at this point I'm like, oh, like what is, I'm like, is it me?
Yeah.
Is it me? What am I doing wrong? And literally like I'm going to die alone. And it sounds so dramatic to say that and like,
no, but you can't help but to feel that
way. But you can't help but feel that way, especially after so many, it's gone wrong so many times. You're like, what the can I do now?
Yeah.
It's like you're literally like out of option. I'm good now.
It took some time.
Few weeks of like really getting it together. I re-downloaded Tinder, started talking to a few new guys.
Nothing helps you get over like getting under. Let me just say that.